All right, guys, the Utah Jazz get a big win against the Dallas Mavericks. This is Hanson James. This is the SLC Dunk postgame show. What a big win for the Jazz. And I know that the Mavericks were tanking, but they weren't tanking tonight. When Dirk Nowitzki comes to Salt Lake City and plays the Jazz, he always wants to just destroy the Jazz. And I don't know what it is, but he hates the Jazz. And it's always chippy and angry and a fight every time. Remember that time? Last time I remember, my favorite Earl Watson memory is that game when the Jazz were playing the Mavericks. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, 4 or 5. Dirk, like, I don't know what it is, but he gets like dirty and he gets frustrating and he like slapped the ball away from Derek Favors for no real reason. And then, so Earl Watson, and this is why I just love Earl Watson forever, is he walks up to Dirk and just takes the ball out of his hands. And it was, from that moment on, I was just in love with Earl Watson and I just get frustrated at Dirk for what he does and just that chippiness. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. Dirk is great. Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all time. Power forward, center, whatever you want to call him. I hate him. And that maybe be just because of how good he is and how he's beaten the Jazz in the past. But the Jazz won tonight. The Jazz found a way to win this game. They are still not quite right. And I don't know what it is. They're just offensively not quite hitting shots still, and there's a little bit of there's still kinks in that hose or whatever you want to. I don't know. They cut down on the turnovers tonight, honestly, and that would have been a big reason for them to win last night. If they could have cut the turnovers against the Blazers, they might be continuing this win streak. But they cut the turnovers down tonight. Man, I can't talk tonight. I'm just frustrated. We should have won this game by more points. But anyways, they cut down the turnovers. They made plays. They played good enough defense to win, but the defense needs to be better from the Jazz. It's got to be better. They've got to find ways to shut these teams down. I don't know what it is, but JJ Barea finds a way to score a lot of points against us every single game. I don't know what it is, but every time he takes a shot, I expect it to go in. Mavericks fans, is he like this every game, or is it just against the Jazz? I hate it. That garden gnome with a perfect face and hair who makes everything he shoots. He's like the creative player that just became really good in 2K. I don't get it. How is he so good against the Jazz? Another player that was not very good for the Jazz, and the Jazz could not get Dante Exum back fast enough for this. Alec Burks was just not very good for the Jazz tonight. Really, really bad. If you go look at the plus-minus numbers, and actually we'll look at them right now. Not good. But the stretches where he was in the game, and it's not all on him, were really bad. And part of it was just the shooting was not good, guys. It was just not good. And the defense is non-existent, So just frustrating. Let's look at this. We're going to look at some of the plus-minus stars for the Jazz. But Alec Burks, minus 14. Minus 14, worst plus-minus on the team. That is hard to overcome, You've got to find a way to replace that with something else. That's where Neto being hurt really hurts, because Neto has been playing good for us, and we needed him tonight, and it was bad. So really could use a Dante Exum right about now, who's coming back very soon. Come back, Dante. We need you. Dante! Let's see. I want to look at actually Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert, 13 points, 10 rebounds. No blocks tonight, 1 assist, 2 turnovers. Pretty good night from Rudy. I felt like Rudy I don't know if it was Dwight Powell or Dirk Nowitzki. It's a tough matchup for Rudy. You saw that first half, he's guarding Dirk. So that could explain why the no blocks is because he had to guard the perimeter shooter in Dirk Nowitzki. And Harrison Barnes playing the 4 makes them an offensive, a tough offensive matchup. And I think what was rough for the Jazz tonight is they weren't able to take advantage offensively as much as they should have. Just shots not falling as a team. Again tonight, shooting 28% from 3 tonight as a team. You shoot 36% from 3, this game's not even close. So part of this is just shooting. But turnovers for the Jazz way down, and that is why they won the game. Only 11 turnovers for the night. So big time stuff from the Jazz to go from the game before to tonight and improve on it. They just need to start hitting shots. Joe Ingles was good tonight. He was, that utility player in baseball where he does a little of everything. 2 steals, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, 12 points, but he only shot 33%. You know, 2 of 8 from 3 for Joe Ingles is an anomaly. You know, normally that's going to be 4 for 8 or 3 for 8, and it's a bigger win, easier win for the Jazz. But for whatever reason, it wasn't hitting shots. Although what I did notice from Joe Ingles tonight that was really good is he was aggressive. He was going to the rim. He was trying to make, his presence felt. Instead of being passive, Joe was going. And we need that from Joe. We need him to initiate offense because he's one of our best offensive players. Obviously our best shooter. And he's a great pick and roll initiator, and he can hit shots. So just more of that from Joe, because that's fantastic. Just wish those shots would fall, but sometimes they don't. Tonight, it was good enough that, we didn't need it tonight, but man, it gave me stress. Were you guys stressed? I was stressed. I was angry stressed. I was yelling, getting in trouble with the wife for my yelling. Frustrating night. Vamos por otra racha. Sebastian Torres. I don't know what racha means, but vamos, Jazz. Vamos a ganar a la otra. Gaño. El juego next. Anyways, big time win for the Jazz tonight. Let's get this win streak started. More wins for the Jazz. More. We've got to make the playoffs. And I don't know if the Suns held on tonight. Let's hope that the Suns won, but the Suns are bad. They're bad at tanking, and they're bad at winning. So they're not good at anything. Find a way to help the Jazz in the playoffs. Anyways, guys, make sure that you like and subscribe this. Like and subscribe. Also, go to slcdunk.com. Read everything there. Go to slcdunk on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow us on all of those things. You guys, we appreciate you. I like that you're here. I'm angry. We got to win more games. Win more games, Jazz.